Welcome to Monday Night Live, the weekly training that guides professionals to financial prosperity. Join our community and let's start building your wealth.
So
Hello.
guys, what we're going to do tonight is dig into KV Core on two functions. One of them is turning on the monthly market update, and the other one is scheduling calls through KV Core tasks so that you don't have to worry about remembering. You don't have to write everything down. I mean, I write everything down, but you can use that system to automatically notify you every 90 days. Call, Karen, call Lisa, call Kathy, call Rob. Um, it's done automatically, and as long as you have the app on your phone, you get it on your phone too. So you couldn't make it any easier than having your phone with you. The app gives you the notification, and you click on the button, make the phone call. By the way, just a side note on phone calls, you can make phone calls from KV Core. It's going to call your phone first, and then you're going to call the prospect. So I highly, highly encourage you to take advantage of these features, guys. If you're in a different brokerage, or I know one or two people that don't use KV Core because they had a long-standing contract with another vendor. Just hang tight. The stuff that we're going over, the fundamentals are the same no matter where you are. If you're in a different brokerage, I'm assuming they have a CRM for you to use that has these kind of capabilities. If they don't, you're going to at a disadvantage. I mean, just being frank with you, you need to get another system like Top Producer or something like that. Um, we just take advantage because that's what our broker gives us, and it's the best that's out there. And I've been in other brokerages, taught agents from all the brokerages, and I'm telling you, this is by far the most robust CRM I think I've ever seen. And it does so much more. I mean, social media interfacing. I've seen other systems that do one thing or two things or three things. This does everything. So, but what we're doing tonight is following with our theme for this year, up, between the beginning of the year and up till next week, middle of February, is focusing on the fundamentals because that's how you win the game. It doesn't matter if it's real estate, baseball, basketball, football, military, business, family, relationships. You focus on the fundamentals because they always work. You never got a style. In any market, any economy, these are the things you do to get business, to get the what I call the low hanging fruit, which is your sphere. If you're you want to make sure you nurture and serve your sphere, right? And I'm going to give you a little bit more, do a little more preaching here before we get started. Um, your database, your contacts should have everybody in there: uncles, aunts, cousins, neighbors, nieces, nephews, former bosses, former coworkers, church members, parents of your children's friends, right? It doesn't matter. I mean, any walk of life, it doesn't mean you're going to get sales from all of them. In fact, statistically, you probably won't. Okay. The point is, though, you create front of mind presence. If you think of the best agents in the world, all of them, all of their families, all their friends know what they do for a living. And yet that agent's not pestering them. That agent's not bugging them. Hey, don't you want to buy a duplex? Don't you want to flip a home? Don't you want to downsize? Don't you want to buy a vacation home? That's not what they're doing. They're maintaining front of mind presence by using something like a monthly market update. So I'm going to show you that tonight. And the other thing they do is um, they make sure what they're the way they dress, the way they carry themselves, their material they have with them. Everybody is reminded of who they are and what they do. And here's why. Today's Monday, all across America today, people went into work and heard a conversation by the water cooler that so and so is getting transferred, right? So if your friend, neighbor, relative is not aware, they're not constantly reminded that you're in the business, they're just going to let that conversation slide right on by, and you're not even part of that whole scenario. But if you send your relatives a monthly market update that shows them what's happening in their market on a monthly basis, you're not selling them anything. You're just saying, hey, I just want to show you what's going on in your neighborhood, right? Meaningful, relevant information. That person's going to maintain front of mind presence. So when he went to work today and their coworkers that were being transferred, your neighbor said, you know what? You need to call this guy named P.F. Jimenez. I've known him for years. He sends me data every single month about my neighborhood, and I love it. He's a good guy, and automatically they're going to say he knows what he's doing because you send them information every single month. That's why you do it. We call that low-hanging fruit, okay? And by the way, that referral doesn't cost you a dime. That's from a friend, neighbor, relative. You can't pay them a referral fee even if you wanted to, right? Okay, that's part A. Part B is a phone call. You've got to talk to these folks every so often. You don't have to call your Aunt Jenny every quarter, although I think you probably should. I talk to my aunts and uncles still today, the ones that I still have with me. I'm not selling them anything. I'm just talking to them. Hey, how's it going? How are my cousins doing? How's the grandkids doing? Right? You're going to do that automatically anyways. You might as well take advantage of the situation, right? In a subtle, respectful way. So what I want you to do, guys, for those of you who are on KV Core, go ahead and open up another browser session and open up KV Core. I'm going to give you a minute to do that. This is a working session tonight. We're actually going to have you implement what I'm teaching. Okay. You're going to actually do it while we're talking about it. You don't have to turn on your entire database. I just want each person here to go through the exercise with one prospect on your database, one contact. Then you'll know how to do it because it's in the implementation that we learn. I can teach and preach all day long, but if you don't actually take action on it, by this time tomorrow, 90% of you will be on to whatever you're doing that day and forget all about this. It's just human nature. I'm not, it's just the way we're wired. So for the guest here, we utilize something called guided training. We implement what you learn as you learn it. Okay. So we got all kinds of guests on tonight. Greg Covington. All right, from 757. Here's a quick quiz question for you. Who here knows what I mean when I used to reference 757? Just take a guess.
Area code.
Area code. Yep. People in the 757 are famous for using it. It started off with athletes doing that. Athletes would say, "Oh, I'm from the 757," because when you live in the 757, that's what everybody uses. And I've used to live there, and hopefully we'll be living there again. So, in any case, let me do this. I'm going to share my screen. Actually, real quick, one more question, and we'll jump into the meat and potatoes of this. Raise your hand or type in the chat box. You can either raise it on camera or type in the, the raise hand button if you already have a monthly update turned on for your database. If you already have that, just want to see if we got anybody started. So Lisa's doing it. I'm not surprised there. Karen's doing it. Greg Covington, guys. Hey, Greg, go ahead and unmute yourself for just a second.
Sir, how's everybody?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How's
Oh,
everybody?
Good.
good. Everything go okay the other day when you were picking up your better half?
Yeah, she's out of the hospital. I've been home playing nurse and therapist and chef. I'm cooking dinner right
Okay.
now, in fact, for her.
Okay.
I'm running back and forth. So
Well, you and I are in the same boat. I'm doing the same thing every day, but it's a labor of love. So
yes, sir,
tell me
absolutely.
that, yeah. Now we've known each other for a long time, and I know you're really good at
Yes,
what you do, and you're very successful. And I'm not surprised
yes.
you have a monthly update going out every single month. But tell everybody what accolade you just got recently. I saw it on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. I was a top listing agent in my office, and I finished in the top 7% in Hampton Roads. So
And
in
that's
the
a big deal.
757, as Gary would say.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
so
by the
yes,
way,
sir. And I actually
that's
finished,
about
I didn't post that, but I actually finished second in buyers,
wow.
buyer representation. I finished second in my office.
So you're the top listing agent and you're number 2 in buy size.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you use a regular update, like some kind of automated market update, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have a program, that system I follow. I make seven calls a day. I write 2 notes a day, and I do pop buys to my client's house. I do 2 a week.
Yep.
And then I'm on a new program where I'm calling it winning a client for life. And I'm focusing on those clients that that bought a house with me in the past 2 years because I'm still fresh in their mind and they still love me.
Excellent. And can you, I know I'm going to put you on the spot here. I know some of your deals come through because you're doing other marketing too. Your name's out there, you've got signs out there, so you get sign calls and things like that. But
Yes.
can you trace back a certain percentage of buy signs and listings from your keeping your sphere up to date? In other words, friends, neighbors, relatives
Mhm.
happen to think of you at the right time at the right place.
Can I think of?
Oh, can you have you ever done the tracing back? Like I know you're sending thank you cards, but how many of those came directly or indirectly from you maintaining contact with your database?
Look, understand your question.
Oh, if you were to guess, what percentage of your transactions would you say relate back either directly or indirectly
Okay.
to you doing the
With
monthly update and the scheduled phone calls?
85%.
85%.
Yes, sir.
And guys, I didn't know Greg was going to be on tonight. This could have been more perfect because we just talked last week. I'm like,
Yes.
so this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is the low hanging fruit. This is how you make your life easier, right? And I know some of you might be thinking, Gary, I don't have a lot of people on my database. But you know what? Greg had to start somewhere, and so did I, and everybody else who's successful, like Lisa and Karen, had to start somewhere. I don't care if you only got 10 people. We can show you how to
Right.
add people to your database, right?
But you know more than 10 people. Your barber, your hairdresser, and all the names that Gary called out, your bankers,
Yep,
people you go in the bank and say hello to, let them know you're in business. That's what I do. That's
yep,
that high hanging fruit, those cold people, just introducing
yep.
yourself. And
When I first got started, my teacher, John Sister, I came out of computer science and I just moved to Pittsburgh. So I really didn't know anybody in Pittsburgh, and I was in computer science, which means I didn't get out much. And I said, I only know about 20 people, which is my neighbors and in-laws in Pittsburgh. And he said, I'll bet you $1 million I can get you to identify 200 people you know by the end of the month. And I said, deal. And he shook my hand. By the end of the month, I owed that guy $1 million. He didn't make me pay him, of course, because I didn't have it. But the reality is every day of that month, remember, it's average of 30 days in a month, other than 4 days, every day I took a different letter of the alphabet and went through the local phone book, identifying names that they weren't people I knew, but they made me recall, oh, I know a John Anderson from high school, right? I know of Andrew Barbarino from college. That's what it did. The guy was just a genius at getting people to take action. So I don't care if we're the people you know are in a different state, you still include them, right? Because you're going to you can get a referral out of it, nothing else. So hey, Greg, thanks for sharing, man. I appreciate that.
sir, definitely out of state too. You let people know I network all across the country. So I'll call Gary and see who he's got on his team if I need an agent. Like I need an agent right now down in South Carolina. So I'll be reaching out to Gary, see who he's got on his team, who I can trust that I'll get my referral fee. you
Yeah.
know.
Hey,
So
well,
Craig's
by
in
the way,
South Carolina.
yeah, whereabouts in South Carolina, Greg?
who was that again? I'll tell you.
Whereabouts in upstate?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
And what I said was Craig is in South Carolina. He's on this call.
Oh, I'm sorry, North Carolina. I'm sorry, it's North Carolina.
That's okay. Where in North Carolina?
It's Wrightsville, North Carolina, and Wilmington, North Carolina, which I understand is not too far from Charlotte.
Well, Wilmington is on the beach. That's going to be a couple hours from Charlotte, but Andre might have somebody down. He's on tonight.
Okay.
So, and Wrightsville Beach is pretty close to um, Wilmington. So, yeah,
Yeah, I can take a look and see if we have anyone in Wilmington.
yeah.
Okay.
And while we're on tonight, Andre, you can just feed that to Greg through the chat box if you want.
I
So,
guess I'll put my information in the chat box, and you can.
okay,
Thanks.
all right. So, you guys, while we're doing that, this is KV Core. Hopefully, everybody that's has KV Core, if you're in EXP, you've got it automatically. Is go ahead and go in there, and I'm already logged in. All I did is I just put my cursor on Smart CRM, all contacts, right? And then let it populate my page with my contacts. And you can see I've got 3 Gary Wilsons in my contact, and they're all me. So I use them for different purposes. So a little bit of a hint here. Whatever CRM you use, and always set up a record for yourself. I have 3 just because I'm trying different things and we set up different things, and I want to test it on myself first. I've got multiple campaigns going for different records. Okay. So I'm going to give you a second to make sure you got KV Core up and at least one record open. And if you have one for yourself or like your mom or something, go ahead and bring that one up. Because I'm going to actually have you set up a monthly market update. Okay. So does anybody need another minute? But don't be shy. If you need another second, just let me know. Um, the advantage of tonight's class is we're going to actually implement what you're learning. And if you're on a different type of system, like I'm familiar with several of them. Top Producers was one of my favorites all going back in history. Uh, it doesn't have all the features and functions of this, but it has a lot of them. I know that Top Producer has automated campaigns, and that's what we're doing tonight. So I'm going to click on the middle one. I don't know why, just because it's in the middle, I guess. Okay. And it's going to load up. And one of the beautiful things about KV Core is you're going to see here, it actually records everything that goes out and everything that comes back in. Every single communication, all the wording, everything that's said, everything is out here. That's why I love this system. I can always go back and see what I said the last time, see what my prospect said the last time. Okay. In any case, over to the right, you see your drop down bar to the right. The fast way to turn on a monthly market update is to scroll down. Okay. And right here it says market reports. Okay. All you do is click on add. Now, KV Core is automatically connected to your MLS. As soon as you sign up, it's one of the first things you do. So this report number 1 is free. The whole thing doesn't cost you a dime. It goes into your MLS, grabs all the data. But more importantly, you can use your MLS, but you can also turn on this feature here, use geographical areas rather than MLS areas. So I can click on that, use geographical areas rather than MLS. Now I'm up here in the mountains of Virginia right now. If I was down in Tidewater, 757, Hampton Roads has a lot of nicknames. I would be on rain, but I'm not active down there right now, so I'm not on rain. Rain is the big MLS down there. I would just let it use rain because rain's a pretty good system. But because I'm not there, I'm up here, I can use a geographical area other than the MLS. Okay. That's why you want to turn it on in some cases. Now I can send a report every week. I can send it every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks. I choose every 4 weeks, guys. And the reason is if you send something too much, you're going to overfish your pond and a lot of your records will go cold on you. So you don't want to overfish that pond. You don't want to have them go cold. And quite frankly, there's enough changes in a month's period where every report is meaningful, right? There's going to have fresh data that your contacts can use. So that's why I choose 28 days. You can use a tighter frequency if you like. I'm not going to talk you out of it. I just think for my purposes and for this lesson, every 28 days is probably pretty good, right? So, and by the way, you can type in as it dropped down, there's no drop down the picking. You can put in a specific location. I don't know this, but I'm wondering if I can put in zip code and have it work. But in any case, whatever you do there, just turn on whatever area you want for your clients. It's a one-on-one thing. So for each record, you have to turn this on. And what I suggest is, if you're new, just take the opportunity, do one tonight while we're doing this, and then write in your notes or your plan. Tomorrow you're going to do 5 more. I mean, literally it takes 30 seconds or less per record. But do enough every day so you get this done within a couple of days or a couple of weeks. Chances are, if you have a couple hours, you can knock out your entire database. I don't know that there's a way to do this for the entire database carte blanche. So let me pose the question here, guys. Anybody who's using KV Core, do you know, is there a way we can turn on monthly market update in one move for every record? If we select all records, will it hit the whole database at once? Or do we have to do it one for one? I've only learned how to do this one time. If we can do it in mass, please speak up, let me know, unmute yourself. Because I
You
would like you to
can,
show us.
Gary. I think you
Okay.
can, as long as they're tagged right. So
Okay.
like I have mine tagged Medford. So the
Okay.
ones that are, if I go through and tag everybody Medford and then I put Medford, then they'll get all of Medford because there's a bunch of different zip codes. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I just want that area or whatever. So if you tag it first
Right.
and then put the area in, it'll do it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try that. Let me go, because that would be awesome. If we so I can select like these three Gary Wilsons, right? Is that right, Lisa?
I'm looking at your face. I don't see your screen. Yeah, but if you
Oh.
do them, you go to each person and make sure that they're tagged for the city or the area that you want. And then that's the
Oh, I
area
see
that
what
you
you're
put
saying.
in. So maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. I
Maybe
don't,
no, then maybe no. I think maybe I'm wrong, Gary. I'm sorry.
that's okay. Because I was just thinking, I don't have my records tagged by area. I probably should. I'll look, like, here's my tags here. No, that's how that was brought in. Never mind. That's not my tags.
Yeah, when I was working with KV Core, they had me tag everybody by the city that they're in, and everybody's all different.
Okay.
So then I can separate them, and
Yes.
only certain people will receive certain things. But I'm now, as far as market reports, I got to think back on that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. But I know what you're saying. There are smart campaigns that you could turn on for a particular tag. Like, let me I'll just
But
show
that's
everybody.
not the market reports.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong, Gary. I'm sorry.
that's okay. But since you mentioned, I want to show everybody here that's relatively new. A tag that I have is on team. So everybody that's on our team, I have tagged with hashtag on team. So Kenneth Tran just joined. This actually today, I think it's official. So if Kenneth, you're on, welcome aboard. Grace is new, Gerard is brand new, Chanel's on us already. Like, hey Chanel, good to see you. Karen Bowler. So if I have that, I could select all because I know they're all tagged. Now let's just real quick, just for grins. Let's see, add task, hashtag through active contacts assigned, add campaign. Oh, I see what you're saying, Lisa. This is going to bring up our smart campaigns, not the ones that come with the system. Yeah,
No,
that would make
I was
sense.
actually thinking of the actual tagging, where you tag them GIA,
Yeah.
or you tag them, Medford, or you tag them by the zip code or whatever. But then when you go over, you still have to go one by one and do the market reports. And I do mine depending on who they are. If they're actively working, looking in my KV Core, they get something every day. And regular people that I'm just keeping in touch with get something every 30 days.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm looking here. This is definitely just the one we created. This for a new different subject, but I want to show because it's a great subject. Is for everybody here learning KV Core, right? You want to tag your people so that you can use our smart campaigns. Some of these we created ourselves, some come with the program. I think all these are ones we created, but I can just click,
We're
select
not
this.
looking at your screen, Gary.
You're not,
No, I see your
you
face.
guys,
I can see it.
Really? Because I can't. Oh, I see his face.
oh, you know what, Lisa, are you using two monitors?
You can change the view. You can
Yeah, you
change
just click on the face. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're looking you can change your grid view.
I got it. Thanks. Sorry, I was making
Okay.
it small and then it came back and it wasn't right. Thanks.
That's okay. Okay. So I could click add campaign and everybody would be that I had tagged on team would get this AAMM test. That stands for Agent Attraction Mastermind test. So I'm not going to do it because everybody's going to call me tomorrow. Hey, Gary, why am I getting this? You know? But in any case, okay. Well, that was a question I had, Lisa. I'm glad we brought this up. So on the market update, you do that on an individual basis, one client at a time, one contact at a time. The smart campaigns you can do en masse. Okay. So in any case, any questions on turning on monthly market update? Did anybody actually try it while we're doing it, just to go through the exercise of doing it?
I did.
Go ahead and take time to do that because, oh, thank you. Perfect. It's definitely worth it. I'm telling you, I mean, you know, you heard it from one of the best, most successful agents I've ever known, Greg. He's on, and this is fundamental. This is real estate 101, guys. See, it doesn't make sense for us to turn on other more advanced marketing if you don't have the fundamentals taken care of. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, Jared, it looks like you had your hand raised. If you wanted, Jared, go ahead and unmute yourself, and you can raise up a question if you'd like. Well, maybe Jared was raising his hand that he already turned that on. Okay. Let's see. I know I saw his hand raised. Now, where is he? Andre, see if you see Jared. He might still be in the attendee box.
Jerry
What
Tolson?
you can do is, yeah, if they don't let themselves be promoted to panelists, what you can do is click allow to talk, and then they can still participate. You know?
He's gonna join now.
Okay. All right, let's go back to share screen. I got a nice little surprise here for at the end too. It's going to help your life be a lot easier. But before I do that, I want to show you the next thing. Okay. Right here, see where it says quick actions, the blue box towards the top. Okay. So click on that and see where it says add call. You can just take one of your records right now. Like I'll take, actually in here, you don't have to select record. You can select it inside the task. So I'm going to click add call. Okay. And see if I'm going to call now, see what it says right there in the red? Your phone will be called before the other party is contacted. So KV Core, the system, is going to call you to make sure you get your cell phone ready, right? And then it's going to call the other person. And you're going to be calling the person. They're going to think they're going to know it's you. But that activity gets recorded in that person's record. So you can go back at any record anytime and find out exactly what happened the last time you contacted them. Okay. What I'm going to do here is actually schedule a call. So let's click schedule a call, and that's going to ask for a name. So I'm going to do the one that's all caps, Gary Wilson. So I will get a notification to call myself, and I'm going to make it tomorrow. Actually, you know what? I'll make it tonight.
Will we put this in there? Some of it?
No, not really. Save that for spaghetti sauce.
I'm going to make it 7:55 tonight. Okay. And if you scroll down, I don't necessarily need to sync it with Google, although you can do that. Right, I'm going to click repeat calls. I'm going to click yes. Okay. Now this is my rule of thumb. Your tier 1 contacts, people that you're closest, most important people. Okay. I think you should be contacting them at least once every 3 months. So I'm going to click on 3 months. Your tier 2 people, that's the people, you know each other, but it's, you would stop in a grocery store and have a conversation, but you wouldn't necessarily invite them over to the neighborhood picnic on Sunday. Those folks are every 6 months, and everybody else is once a year. Okay. So I'm going to click 3 months here. So I'll have portion of my database I'll be calling every 3 months, portion I'll be calling every 6 months, and a portion I'll be calling every year. Now they're going to be spaced out throughout the year. So I might have in any given day 2 tier 1 calls, 3 tier 2 calls, and 4 tier 3 calls, something like that. So I have calls every day, but they're spread out throughout the year. So does that make sense, guys? The way I just described that? I just want to make sure you
Yes.
understand it's not like you're calling all your tier ones and then next 3 months you're going to call all your tier twos. It's not like that. Every day you're calling ones, twos, and threes, but your ones will be have a higher frequency. You call them every quarter, the twos every 6 months, and the threes every year. So I would schedule the call. Okay. With that scheduled, now this works. In 22 minutes, I should get a notification on my phone here. So, in any case, I just think that that is an awesome, awesome feature. You can text from here. Look, I can select all these people. I better not do that. Let me do on team. Hi, I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for participating in the Massive Passive Cash Flow podcast. Also wanted to let you know that the book Global Investor Agent is officially out in print and in Kindle on Amazon. You can get it by clicking on the link right here. If you are an agent, definitely grab yourself a copy. This book, guys, was not just written by me. I also included 8 other investor agents from around the country. And I didn't just handpick them. I literally opened it up to the entire audience. And it was first come, first serve. So you're going to get feedback from brand new agents all the way up to top 25 team leaders. Some on my team, some are not on my team, with valuable insight and instructions and guidance and actual checklist to follow to not just survive, but thrive in this market. I know you're looking for that advantage, and this is it. By the way, if you are an investor, grab a copy for your agent. And for everybody, all profits from the sale of the book, Kindle and print, all go to the Healing House Foundation. 100%. Thank you for doing that too, guys. Let's get back to the show. Okay. Now, what's interesting, I haven't used this in a while, the mass texting, but everybody here that's on the teams have been on for a while. You've noted in the past, I've sent out a text from this number. It's not my cell phone, it's my KV Core business number, but my cell phone gets record of it. Okay. So I can select everybody here, come over here to text, right? Or email. You can do mass email, mass text. That means everybody who's checked with that tag, I can send either a text or an email. And all I've got to do is, I'm not going to go through the whole exercise, but what I want to show you is I can type in a message here, right? Test. I can tell them I've got a new listing. I can tell them, send a check-in text message. So I would send this to my team. Hey, time to check in, guys. Set up a call with me so we can talk about your marketing activities, that kind of thing, right? And then come down here. If I have a listing link to put in there, I can do that, and then click send. And everybody that I've tagged as being on the team will get a text message within a minute that says test on it. Okay, pretty awesome feature. And yes, you can also do email, same thing there. So that's what I mean about this system, guys. It does literally everything you need it to do. I haven't even touched on, like the social media part. Okay, let me go back and do that real quick. Gary Wilson. But right now, the main thing I want you to grasp from tonight, guys, is setting up your monthly market update. Okay, and setting up scheduled phone calls. Okay, now let's see here. Where is the social media function? Appointments, search alerts, active campaigns, through core home listing valuation. I might not be in the right spot. Oh, here, more actions. Sorry. There it is. Share contact update, transfer, merge, unsubscribe, turn on, arcade, delete. I think there it is. Find on Facebook, find on Google, find on LinkedIn, right? So I can click on that and go find my social media contact, okay? My social media record on Facebook. So it's just an amazing system. Any questions on setting up the phone call?
I have a question. Why are you finding them on Facebook? Aren't they already in your system?
Yeah, I just was showing them some more features, some more functionality. So like if I have
Oh,
my record up here and I've
okay,
never,
sorry.
yeah, so like instead of me going, logging out and going into Facebook, I can click that right here. It'll take me right to the record. Or maybe there might be 5 Gary Wilsons and I'll select the right one. And then I'm into this Facebook, sending a message there. But at the same time, I still got my system up here. So and there's a number of things you can do. You can set up posts also to be automated. There's lots of things you can do way beyond the scope of tonight's class.
Oh,
But
see, so you could actually use this to set up your posts as well.
yeah,
What you're saying.
there's all kind. Yes, yep.
Okay.
In fact,
Okay, that's good. All right.
I want to show you guys this. See where it says playbooks? Actually, let me go to dashboard. Sorry. All right. So I logged in and went to dashboard. Okay. Um, by the way, these down here, Kenneth Tran, Christian Petroza, Chris Salanto, Jared, these folks all were added to the database, to my database. Some of them are on the team. Christian's Christian's not on the team, but he's in our downline. Okay. He's a pretty good guy, actually. He's just thanking me for actually he mentions Andre in here. Look at this. I was really looking for the social media training. Unfortunately, I don't remember the presenter's name, but it was Thursday the 18th at 11 a.m. on Andre's Financial Freedom Forever Facebook page. Andre, do you remember that? Thursday the 18th, somebody talking about uh, social media training.
I was on Thursday, the 18th, January.
Yeah, I think that would be January. Yep. So Christian Petros was looking for that. I haven't looked at these, so I didn't see that before. But in any case, it didn't show me what I wanted to show you guys, but I'm going to go right to playbooks. Okay. In playbooks, right? Like here, you can promote a listing if you have it. Gather your sphere. So this is if you're brand new, right? So I'm going to open the playbook. If you're brand new and you haven't done this yet, go to the playbook. And it's literally step by step. Get your contacts in the KV core, capture and categorize them. This involves your tagging, right? And set up alerts and automation. Okay. So we can open it up and it's literally step by step instructions, you know, you can't go wrong. And then working your sphere, right? That's step two. So step one is we load our records. Step two is we turn on some marketing, build relationships and stay top of mind. That's the whole point of all this, right? So we could go to the playbook and open that up. But I want you guys to do it on your own. We do have our own 90-day fast start training that gives you the instructions for getting your records ready to load to KV Core. How do you load in the KV Core and how do you tag them? Okay. Okay. That was a lot of talking. Let's see if we got any questions. Let's see, Gary, this is Michael. How do we contact importing the KV Core? I'm struggling importing my phone contacts. So let me show you this, Michael, real quick. Okay. Actually, what I just showed you, you can go to here, gather your sphere in your KV Core account, click on Open Playbook, right? And click on open here, open the playbook here. And it's going to tell you exactly what to do and how to do it. Okay. If you want KV Core to load your records, those are instructions there. You submit a file. If you want to load them yourself, you do this over here. But I'm going to show you where there's a video you can watch. Okay. So hang on one second. Actually, a couple videos. If you go to the team website, it's going to be a little bit slower because I got Facebook going, EXP Enterprise going. We're going to log in. Always have to log in. And while this is loading, guys, the reason we're doing this now is we did all the build up and the preparation in January, and now showing you how to execute these functions. Because next week we're going to start in on additional marketing. We're going to go into really flow next week. This is where we get all of our leads from. Okay. Everybody here on the team has their own account. That's going to be next Monday. And again, one of the comments I made earlier is it doesn't make sense to have you do something that your database isn't ready for. So you want your database up and running. Everybody, every
I'll
contact
be
on
in
your
there when I'm
database.
done.
It's about ready.
Stop,
You want me to bring you something?
stop, no.
Everybody's contacts are loaded to the database. You've got your phone call set up, everything's in place. So we turn on really flow, we're going to be adding more records to your database. So it doesn't make sense for us to add records to a database that's not already up and running. You're just going to have a bigger mess, a bigger problem. So take everything now, and when you add the new records, you turn them on as you add them. Okay. So Michael, back to your question, on the team platform, on your dashboard, go into go into GIA Fast Track. Okay. And you've got to log into the 90-day fast start. It's a separate platform. That's why we have another click there. And if you scroll down, okay, always step one is what we do first. There's 4 parts to it: vision, goals, action plans. Uh, uh, Mike McGran tagged that the VGAP, 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 vision, goals, action plans. Thanks, Mike, for coming up with that acronym. In any case, step 4 is all about your database, your CRM database overview. That's a video to watch. Getting your contacts ready for importing the KV core. It's another video lesson there. Importing your contacts and then tagging your contacts. This part right here is one of the most important things in your life as a real estate agent. Getting your records properly positioned, set up to be loaded to KV core, getting and actually loading them, and then tagging them so you can turn on certain campaigns like what Lisa was talking about. You might have people tagged by area, by what their last transaction was. They were a mover upper, they were a downsizer, they bought a vacation home, they sold their own home, it was a listing, they're a flipper, they're a landlord, whatever. You can tag them multiple ways. But the point is, if you have a marketing campaign for flippers, you would only send it to the people tagged as flippers, right? Because some people don't want to flip homes, and you don't want to send in that marketing because they'll go cold on you. You want to make sure your marketing is extremely targeted and matches your market. Your marketing should match your market. So Michael, you could go here and get the overview, then go back in the KV core and just follow these instructions here. Oops, sorry, I got there it is. Go in here and this will step you through it step by step, So great question, by the way. I appreciate you raising it up. Let's see, Gary Henry, contacts in, Michael, can you go into the smart CRM and add a contact up on top right? Karen Green, yes, let me do that, Karen. Let me go back here. Okay, so I'm going to go to smart CRM, all contacts.
I wasn't asking Gary. I had brought up that that's another way to add a contact.
Oh, adding contacts to the smart campaign or
Yeah,
a
that's
smart
another way.
campaign.
Yeah, that was just another way through the smart CRM. You could just add it that way.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I was just
Let's
adding
see, let
that
me go
in.
back. Okay. So next question. That was, oh, you were telling Michael, I gotcha. Okay. This is from Ashley. The squeeze pages and landing pages on here are great for adding to your sphere. Absolutely. Thanks, Ashley. Kendra's asking, can you show how to search for contacts on social media? Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, because actually I haven't done that. Kendra, let's see what actually happens. Whoops. Gary Wilson. Grab myself first.
Yeah, that'll be good to know how to do.
Yep. The thing is, I'm not sure which one. Well, I guess we'll find out. That's why we're doing the exercise. Okay, I'm going to click the middle one again. Then we click more actions. We'll scroll down and click find on Facebook. I'm trying to remember who on our team has actually done this. Most of the CRMs have this capability now. You can go from your CRM link directly to Facebook. Hey Greg, does your CRM do that, Greg Covington?
I do it quite often.
Actually,
I'm sorry.
yeah, that's okay. So
There
there
you
it is.
go. Look
So all I
at you.
did, there you go. Yeah, so Kendra, all I did is I just brought up my contact record on a KV Core, went to the right and did that drop down menu, and scrolled down to connect on Facebook or whatever the wording was, and that there it was. It found me right there. So I can bring myself up.
It should put your address in the record
Okay,
when you're
my
doing
Facebook.
your Facebook address,
Gotcha. Okay,
I
okay.
think.
The Gary Wilson. That's how the I didn't do that, but believe me, I would never call myself the Gary Wilson. but apparently in the world of Facebook, the folks that work for us, Ryan and Sugar and them, they know these things. So that's whatever, for whatever reason, that means something or does something special. This is you talking about building a team. Happy birthday to Melinda. So yep, Monday night, that's us there. So I can make a post here, right? Then go back. Now what's interesting, I'm also in Facebook already telecasting this, but I think it's from the business page actually. So go back into KV Core. Okay. Now it didn't actually leave um, a note on KV. It didn't make a post, but here it says lead requires SMS opt-in. Okay. So I wonder if that means I need to
That means you need to click something in your record,
yeah,
giving permission.
exactly. Yep. Okay. So Kendra, does that help? At least it shows you how do you, so what I did is I scroll down, whoops, sorry. I went to more actions is what I did. And then I scroll down to find on Facebook. And those were the steps. Okay, now let's see. You're welcome, Mike. That was for Kendra. Okay, let's see. We're doing pretty good on time, guys. It's only 10 till. But remember, if you're stuck on something,
So what is it that we have to actually click then? To
on
opt in or whatever, so that it fixes the problem.
well, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I'd have to Google that to see. I mean, I can go back here. Let me do that.
Well, let's do that.
So
Let's
more
figure
actions.
it out.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, because if
Find on
people are
Facebook.
going to try to do this, it'd be nice to know what kind of follow this
Yeah.
through.
Well, we do have the time too. So let me go ahead and click on myself here. Okay, add story, edit profile. I don't think there's anything here to opt in. Nope. But I wonder if it's something KV Core sends out. If I could ask Kathy, if you could do me a favor, Kathy, Google how to opt in for social, how to opt in for SM on KV Core. And you should get something pop right up. Usually when I do that, I get an answer very quickly. And I'm going to leave this up just in case. I go back here and see. Let me do a refresh. Because I think you need something from the client. In other words, like an email or some type of message. Actually, let's just scroll down and see if there's something here. There we go.
I
Okay.
apologize if I'm the only one interested, but if
No,
we're going doing this and trying to follow through and adding to this and real flow, et cetera, then
Yeah.
it makes sense to me to kind of know the steps.
Yep.
Hey,
So I may
Gary,
have the
I
answer
think-
right here. So
Yeah, it's saying you have to opt in because that was imported via bulk lead imports. So if you scroll up
Well,
to
here-
the top, if you scroll up to the top of your
Yeah.
contact,
Well, I just want to
I
read the
think it's on the
instruction.
right-hand side.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to do that too, Andre. I just want to read the instructions for it because it tells us right here, actually. Opted into receiving. Oh, that's for text messages.
So I think
So
they
we have
got
to opt
KV,
in for that first.
Gary, KV Core, they have, there are a lot of tutorials in there. This is probably targeted in their database of
Yep.
tutorials and help somewhere. Probably in a,
Yep.
step-by-step thing.
Yep. Well, right here, I'm going to go ahead and do this right here. It tells us right here, until the lead opts into receiving text messages, they will not be eligible to receive text sent by a campaign or by a mass text. Don't worry. You can still send your lead a manual text message. And when your lead responds, they will automatically be opted into receiving automated messages from you. So that we could click here to get more information. But I'm going to scroll up. So Andre, you're saying up top here, was it on this screen?
Yeah, it should be where it says actions on the right, it says subscribed.
Oh, subscribe, text, email. Okay.
Yeah, it says it's
And
already
no-
subscribed.
Yep. And I could send text, respond to text message. So in here, I could probably ask them if they want to receive social media, because I think that's all the email servers want to know. Did that person agree to receive social media content from me? But the reality is I could just go right to Facebook and send them a post right there. But this is I'm sorry, this is SMS. That's for texting. It did say I'm already subscribed to, so I'm good there.
Gary,
So
will
for
you click
social
on
media-
more actions?
What's that?
Will you click on more actions, please?
More actions, okay.
Yeah, they're right there. Okay. Click on yeah, no, that means they're already on.
Yeah, so they're already connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when
Well,
you
this
manually
message
add
is
a
old.
lead,
This is
you have to give it permissions for email and text. I know that, but that's weird.
I think what it is, this message is from December 17th, 2021. That's over 2 years ago.
Oh,
So
yeah,
since
that's why.
then, that's was probably when I
Yeah, that's why.
opted in myself for something.
If you weren't able to do it, it wouldn't be highlighted. It would be like a gray color. Like your send text, it's red, it'd be gray, that it wouldn't work. So it's already you're already subscribed. That's an old
Yeah,
text.
and I can send email too. And I want to claim a moment of stupidity because I'm looking at this thinking SM social media. I wasn't paying attention to the second S. So that message here has to do just with texting. It turns
Gary,
out
that's a
when we
pinned
link,
note.
Yeah, it's on top because
That's
it's
why
pinned.
it's
That's why.
pinned. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you probably, if you scroll down in all your notes in there, you probably see something where it says like Gary has resubscribed via text or something like that.
exactly. But the point I was trying to make a moment ago is we can click on find on Facebook, but there's nothing extra we have to do to be able to communicate with people on Facebook. We're allowed to do that. There's no opt-in for that. The opting in is only for texting, phone calls, and emails, or texting and emails, sorry. So I was just not having I was having a momentary brain lapse. You don't have to do anything like that to communicate on Facebook. So in any case, okay, well, we'll learn something new every day. Let me check for questions here. If you do have questions, guys, go ahead and speak up. We're a few minutes before 8. I will stay on longer if anybody needs me to discuss anything you're working on, a transaction or a particular client that's driving you crazy. Whatever the scenario is, we can do some Q&A. But I wanted to cover these two things tonight, so we accomplish that, which is setting up a campaign, right? And using quick actions to set up your phone calls with your people. So those are the two most important things. If you have those things nailed, then you'll be like Greg Covington and be number one in listings and number two in buy sides, right? And it doesn't take forever. This is the kind of stuff that moves a lot more quickly when you utilize these systems and the functionality in these programs. So, okay, I'm going to stop the share here, and that way we can open up the stream. You're welcome, Mike. Okay.
Did your phone go off for that phone call you scheduled?
Oh, let's see. Boy, Kendra, you are on the ball tonight. Let's see if I got a message. Nothing I can see yet. Let me check my call.
I scheduled one too, and I didn't get anything. I'm wondering if you got to turn something on in the settings, because I didn't get anything on my phone.
Yeah, let me go back there.
I think it comes up in KV Core as your reminder.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah, I think it comes up as a task or a call in KV Core. So when you log in, you check your calls and your tasks.
Yep, I agree,
Okay.
Lisa.
Let me do a refresh. All right, now, whoops, that's going to refresh. Okay.
One thing I don't know, if while you're doing that, somebody else knows, or you know, when you're doing the calls, what phone number does the receiving person see?
I think it's your
Well,
smart.
I imagine if you, yeah. So I do pay the $27 a month to get that extra phone number.
Right.
I think that's what you get, but we can test that. And where's my dashboard? Sorry, that's
what's your phone number? I'll call you.
My personal number or the KV Core number?
To test the KV Core number. I can't remember. I think it's the KV Core number that shows up, not the cell phone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's the KV number.
Yeah.
It's the KV Core number.
It's the KV Core number, which is
the card number that you bought.
Yeah. Okay. It calls 11. Let's click on that. Due today. Amanda, Andrione, Jeanette, Julie, Julia, Vince, Jim Andrew, Jason Sims, Jamie. So these are all, there I am, right? It's 7:55. Yep. There you go.
It would
So
be
I actually
nice
call.
if that popped up in your phone, but it doesn't.
Yeah. So I'm gonna your phone will ring. Okay, let's call now. Calling you at Yep, there it is. It's working.
oh my gosh.
Okay. Yep. Now I'm wondering, the funny thing is I don't have that number entered in my phone, so it comes up as a spam risk. So I need to add my KV Core number to my cell phone. So I won't do that. Yep, pretty neat stuff. Okay. I'm curious to know how
it's important to call back calls that come in through KV Core too.
Oh yeah. Yep. Well, I can tell, you know what, that's right. I can tell the number. So Lisa, my number is 412. This is my KV Core smart number, 412-844-4633. 844-4633. That's the number that came up. Yep. Hey, Brittany. Yeah, that's I don't have it on my phone. Any number my phone doesn't recognize, it'll say spam risk. I'm pretty sure. But that's the number that I was called from, so I'm assuming that's my KV Core number. So if you call it, technically, it should come through. So Lisa, if you call that number, let's see what happens if you call that number I just gave you. And while Lisa's doing that, who here's seeing stuff tonight that really helped you? In other words, I know we talk about these things. There it is. Lisa's here. Yeah. Hot diggity dog. It works. Oh, you want me to answer it? Okay. Hey, darling. Your number shows up, your 541 number. Yep. But the call went through KV Core to my personal number. Yeah. So the plan worked. Okay. Hey guys, I want to get some feedback. So does this help you? Does it help make this look a lot simpler than maybe beforehand? Because I know we've talked about these things, but it's one thing to talk about it, a whole nother thing to actually do it. You know,
Yeah.
just a head shake or a wave or yeah. Well, thanks, Kendra.
So what I didn't know until just now, when I was in the schedule of the call. So it did log in. I went to the task and I do see the call that I scheduled for myself in here, but I did not know that there is a use Smart Assist where you can craft a script using Chat GPT.
Hang on, let me go back there. So step me through this, Kendra. Do I want to go?
You go back
into
to
my
yourself, your contact, and
okay.
Yeah.
where you had scheduled the call for yourself, and you actually go into the system to call yourself. Well, they're up top there. There's 3. Before you even place the call, you can call now, log the caller, call script. So I went over to call script, and there are these prompts that you can click on or even type in something yourself, and it'll generate a script using Chat GPT.
Yep.
Excellent.
That's pretty sweet.
That's
awesome.
And that's all pretty new too. Yeah,
Get
that's
the
all
robot
just in
to
the
do
last.
it. Get the robot to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Holy smokes. They're pretty soon we'll just be able to sit on the beach and, you know, cash checks.
Correct for our brains.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Kendra.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Okay. All right. Well, guys, I didn't load a lot into tonight's agenda because I wanted to make sure we really covered those 2 things thoroughly so that anybody could do it once we showed you this. I just had a few comments. Last Monday on a commercial mastermind, we went into RPR, and then today we went into CIMLS. That's C as in Charlie, I as in Indiana, MLS like your MLS. It is actually a really slick system. I was pleasantly surprised. You can search by criteria. You can get, comps. It was pretty awesome, and it's totally free. Okay, it's all for commercial, right? And we already know RPR commercial was pretty good with their presentation tools. So, I mean, I think we have everything we need to proceed with that. We're gonna go gangbusters on that part of the business also. But I wanted to bring that to your attention. If you want to write that down, CIMLS. Okay. Beverly tomorrow, or maybe she's already done this. She posts the recording of the mastermind calls on her workplace page. So you can go into workplace, go to the post for the recording of today's commercial mastermind and 2 Mondays ago, commercial mastermind we made every other week. Grab those recordings and look into RPR commercial and also look into CIMLS. It'll definitely help you with the investor side of the business. And both of those are available to everybody here, whether you're on the team or not, whether you're EXP or a different brokerage. Those 2 things are available to everybody. So
how do we get there, Gary, on Workplace? I'm sorry, I missed. I'm on Workplace and trying to find it.
Oh, go to work here. Let me go there real quick. Normally Beverly would have
Appreciate it.
posted that. let's see, let me go workplace. It's actually Sugar that does it. Sugar posts them. Sorry, this is I think I've got too many sessions up here.
I went to under groups and then the GIA team and then files, but maybe it's something else, media. No. Oh, wait, videos. That has some
Yeah, mine's still loading.
icons
Here
of
we go.
Night Live.
Just let me.
I think the things I've seen that have been
That's
in there have
tonight.
just been posts. Maybe try a search in the post.
Yeah, yeah, I'm in the middle section, Trevor. Not on the
Okay.
side with the chats, but the
Okay.
right smack in the middle. Well, by the way, did anybody do a skip trace for the file of leads in New Jersey? If you did, let me know because we got the file. We just didn't know who asked for the file. You really flow sent them to me. These are skip trace leads for a bunch of New Jersey leads. Let's see, Delio, we did that. Okay, I don't see today's commercial mastermind posted yet, but if you go back in here, you'd have to go down 2 weeks. So actually, you know what I could do? Hang on a second. Let's just search for the word commercial. Sorry. Okay. And I think it'll find any post with the word commercial in it, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Mark Fansler, he had a post about commercial. Delio, let's see. Here it is, commercial. So this is from the one 2 weeks ago, guys. I just did a search on commercial and it brought this up as like the third post down. There's the link for the recording. And you can, that one's going to have RPR on there. We went through it pretty thoroughly. Giselle was on, Karen was on, Lisa was on. That was a good session. And today was the one on CIMLS, and that not posted yet. So that'll be out tomorrow probably. So
got it. Thank you, Gary.
You're very welcome. Yep. Okay. Any questions from the guests? Bob, LaRocca? You need to click on the ask to unmute. Jeff, is it LaRocca or LaRocca?
LaRocca. I think he's
LaRocca.
having maybe a tech difficulty or whatever. I believe he's still on, but I got a quick question until he can maybe connect. But he's texted me. He's loving the info and everything. But I'm going to be doing a mass mailing here very shortly, and know we've gone over this before, but I need if somebody could ping me and maybe walk me through what we're using to. I know we've used different things like the U.S. Post Office site and to set that up. I wanted to send out a bunch of postcards in my community, and I don't really want to handwrite them. So that's my question. If anybody knows is doing that and can connect with me offline here, that would be awesome. Thank you in advance.
So are you talking about sending them through ReallyFlow?
Not necessarily. Well, I don't know. I know we can use ReallyFlow, but I know that you've shown us some other ways, other avenues that we can do, like target mass mailings and stuff through different things prior to when we had ReallyFlow. So I'm just looking, who's doing what and how are you doing it, and what's the simplest way for me to dump 500 cards out maybe next week sometime. I know I could probably use a title company or something like that, but I'm not connected at this point where I'm living now.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, before you do that, and that's gonna cost a little bit of money to send out 500 postcards.
Well, I'm
Jeff,
using
just
it
go
as
ahead
a
and set up
general number.
Okay. Because I was gonna say you could just set up a call then. Well, there's things we're doing. I mean,
Yeah,
we
I
could
might do that. I'll
definitely
do
help
that,
you get.
Gary. Definitely, because there's a few things I want to chat with you about anyway. So I'm going to set up a call after we get off here, and then we'll talk.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Right now we're really in the, I mean, lean mean marketing machine, which means, yep. So we want to get the most for the least, and like booklets. We're not sending out booklets now. We're sending them through social media, texting, emails. Because what we do, Jeff, is we'll take the document for the booklet, for example, upload it to Google Drive and get a link, right? And then you can send the link to the booklet to people electronically, so you don't have to pay for paper and
Right.
postage and all that stuff. That's an
Yep.
example. So we're focusing on the fundamentals first. Then once that's bearing fruit, then we add more advanced marketing, which in
Sounds
most
good.
places will start. Yeah, it'll start to cost some money. But I will tell you here's the craziest thing of all the things we can do, and as much as technology makes our lives easier and automates all this stuff, sending somebody something in the mail is still one of the best ways to get stuff going, you know? So sending them a mailer, I mean, like that good old fashioned letter, Really Flow's got 54 letters. We've got the one from the team we've had for years. And that one statistically,
Right.
unless things have changed, outperforms all the ones from Really Flow,
I have used that
So
before and it has worked. So, yep. All right. Definitely. Thank you very much.
okay, you got it, man. Let's see here. Oh, so Jeff, just in case, Kathy's saying every door direct is what used through the UPS mailing. And I have used that. Canada has the same kind of thing. It's called something different though. I've used them in both countries. And it does work. Every door direct allows you to target geographically. Like you can say, I just want to do this neighborhood. And you can actually draw polygon, right, to select your area for
Yes,
every door
I've seen
direct.
that before. I've used that before. So that actually was in the back of my mind. I couldn't think of it every door direct. And I know that there were maybe one or two others that we had covered in a prior maybe a year or two or whatever. But yeah, that was one. Thank you, Catherine.
Yep. But I think also,
You're
I
welcome.
think the US Postal Service, every direct, I think you can also, they have other selection criteria. Like they know anybody that's receiving, certain types of like magazines. I think you can do that too. I could be wrong, but I think they got very sophisticated in their marketing campaigns, It's not just all geographic based. You can do other criteria,
Yep.
So yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
let me check here. Check.
You might reach
Okay,
out to
who's
the bulk
next?
mailing permit people about that kind of thing.
Yep. Yep. Make copies using required size and print. So Kathy, you've actually done this since you've been at EXP using Canva?
Yeah. It's been
Excellent.
a while,
Okay.
but
Okay.
they have specific they have specific sizes, cardstock. You have a particular
Mhm.
bulk permit design. Most of the local printers that are around have that and know what it is. But from my knowledge, it's just by a given route. So if you've got a certain neighborhood that you want to hit, then you're going to go to the post office and say, I want to mail to this neighborhood. What route is it? And how many
Okay.
flyers do I need to hit?
Yeah.
Because you've got to hit everybody.
Yep, exactly. And so Canva though, that's pretty much, is that just a graphic? I've been in there before, but I've not delved real deep into Canva, although it's awesome. But are they connected to where they can pull neighborhoods and data, or is that something you have to link through another vendor?
No, it's just a design thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, but all right, great. And I need that too, so I'm going to be digging into that a bit. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks guys for participating, especially the guests. Greg, it's always good to see you. Actually, you may have already logged off here. I'm not sure. But Bob the Rock, is good to see you. Just, talk to Jeff if you have any questions. You can always contact me. He'll give you my number. Or you can set up a call. That would be awesome. So thanks guys. Anything else before we go? This will go down as one of the fastest classes we've had in years. It's usually an hour and a half or more, but but I'm not complaining.
Yay,
got some peach co-
congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. I know. I was gonna say I got some peach cobbler in there, and vanilla ice cream. I'm breaking all my rules tonight. But okay, guys. Well, listen. Good class. Next week, same thing. We're gonna just focus in on ReallyFlow. We're gonna have everybody create a file, okay, of leads. We're gonna go over the skip tracing. Just remember, don't use the ReallyFlow skip tracing. Use Ansa Khalil. If we'll give you her link. You know, she's a lot less expensive than ReallyFlow, and she gives you numbers and emails. We never met her. She's in Pakistan, but so far as I know, she's done a wonderful job for everyone. We're going to go over that and what you can do with those leads. And one of those things is loading them in the KV core. Okay. So, okay. Does that sound good, guys?
Yes.
And later in the month, we'll do some more marketing that utilizes these fundamentals. And the name of the game is get some points on the board. And I will tell you, it's already working, guys. The average, I just checked, year to date, we're up by about hang on a second here. Almost 20% increase in transaction volume just from doing the things we're doing in January. Remember, January is notoriously slow. So is February. So kudos to you guys for implementing what we're going over, using those monthly market updates, using the phone calls. It's increased transaction volume by almost 20% year over year. That's an amazing feat, especially this time of year. So give yourselves a pat on the back. Okay, guys, have a wonderful night. We'll see you next Monday. If you haven't set up a one-on-one, please do so we can keep the ball rolling. Okay.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks,
Have a
Gary.
great night.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a
Thank
good night.
you.
Thanks,
Good night.
Gary.
You're welcome, guys. God
Bye-bye.
bless you and your families.
You as well.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Thank you for watching this episode of Monday Night Live. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and go to realestatewithgarywilson.com to join our community and start building wealth today.